You're a coffee guy? Okay.
I drink like 3 coffees a day, almost 3-4 coffees
Okay.
a day. Black, not even putting any milk or nothing.
Same.
Bro.
But this, I find it takes away from the taste of ice cream.
Yeah. But this actually tastes...
No, it's cool.
kidding.
It's cool.
You need to try. You need to try.
Yeah, exactly. You have to try it, and I give my critique.
Of course.
It is.
my
It's
critique.
cool, man. You like it?
No,
You like it? You like it?
me, it's I think definitely the types of coffee can affect it
That's true, too.
directly.
That's another
because
good
this
point,
is
yeah.
Tim Hortons coffee. We're all gonna
That might be what it is.
We're gonna be honest with Tim Hortons coffee.
Not gonna hate on
The
it.
reason why it's still
But Starbucks cold brew, really good with it, I find. And but yeah, so anyways, it is what it is. Guys, bonjour tout le monde, bienvenue à le podcast épisode 265. Je suis Steven Charles.
Gabe et Michel.
Guys, welcome back. Aujourd'hui, on a avec nous 2 invités. Je vais les laisser se présenter. We have a lot of things to discuss. So, fellas, go one at a time. Introduce yourself again.
All right, well, my name is Jason Forbes, also known as DJ Judgement, international DJ, hailing from Montreal.
International, you heard
East side.
that. You heard that.
I had a sound bit for that. Like,
Just gotta let them know. You gotta let them know. But yeah, definitely, I'm happy to be here. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Thank you for coming, TBAN.
My name is TBAN. I'm a costume designer and band leader for Desire Carnival, which is my band. I started it, 4 years? No, 2019, 6 years now. 3 years official on the road. And thank you for having me on board.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here, man.
So, guys, we have somebody in common, and that person's name is Tammy. And
Who's that?
You know,
Tammy is like, oh my God, the end of the world is coming.
Oh man.
I was like, Tammy, calm down. What's going on?
Livid.
And she started to explain to me something that was happening with Carnival. Something was brewing since like a few months ago. Because at one point, Tammy called me, and because last year there was that whole issue with Carnival,
The
correct?
debacle of-
Canceled.
yeah.
Right?
That was a big issue. Yeah.
Right. So I remember Tammy got really involved, and then she called me a few months ago, telling me, "We're never gonna guess what happened. I'm on board with the Carnival this year." And then a few weeks before the Carnival, we hear that she's not involved anymore.
Yeah.
And now we're here today.
Crazy, eh?
So why don't you, I don't know, TBAN, Judgment, like how you want to operate, but like, is there a timeline that we should know about before we get into specifics? Because I have a bunch of questions that are there, but I feel that maybe some kind of a timeline of what's happening, and then we can go deep dive into it.
Absolutely. So, just give a little brief context. I was helping organize with the previous organization before that in 2019, all the way up to 2021. Then afterwards, I left that organization, and so I was pretty much good with just taking care of my DJing stuff.
Right.
Surely enough, last year, as you said, Stevens, it got canceled, and the city actually contacted me as well as Tammy and a couple of other people to basically see what we could do to try to save the carnival again. So that's how I met Tammy. I met Tammy through.
Oh, okay. You didn't know her before.
No, I didn't. I had no idea who she was.
Okay.
Wow.
And I started realizing, and then so I was like, "Who's this Tammy Tuesdays?" And I go on her stories, and just okay, y'all. I was like, wait, I'm like, okay,
that sounds.
I'm like, okay, I like this. Instantaneously.
You're going to get the word
You're gonna get the
today.
wait. Period.
But you gotta love her energy.
Yo, Tammy is the best.
so
Real talk,
funny.
she's the best. Automatically, we instantly
She's a
connected.
sweetheart.
Right.
Yeah, we completely connected right away off the bat. So after we weren't able to get the carnival because just there was not enough time to get the carnival running for last year.
Right.
The city was basically saying, well, we would still try to see what you could do for, moving forward. And surely enough, we were able to get in contact with the group who's actually running the carnival now. Early July, actually around this same time now, July last year, and we had a meeting and whatnot. And I automatically told Tammy, I said, Tammy, I like your energy. And honestly, I've already been working with another person by the name of Tanisha, who's part of this group that we have, right? And so we've worked together since 2019. So adding Tammy on, it was just like a perfect trifecta that we had. So all three of us, work very, very well. we basically came up with a plan and structure. We gave a vision to the coalition, who was the people who are running the carnival
Right.
now. And we basically told them, like, listen, this is what we are thinking about wanting to do moving forward. You know, I believe, like, the coalition, they actually have a lot of great contacts on the inside with the city and with,
Yep.
you know, other nonprofits and whatnot. So feeling like they could work the administration, because we didn't have that experience yet.
Yeah,
except with Tabby did a bit, but more or less they had that. Us regarding the actual logistics and the groundwork of the parade and everything, that's something that I know that we had, right? So I think that would have been a perfect good sync that we could have, you know, used their abilities for their things and our
Everything is
abilities for our
covered,
thing.
yeah.
Everything is covered. So we worked pretty well for, like, you know, for about 9 months. Tammy, myself, and Tanisha decided in December to create our own nonprofit organization because the you know, the camaraderie that we had and the chemistry that we had was so good. We built Yulka, which is basically what you hear in the streets today.
Right.
Which is YUL, so for Montreal, YUL, CA, so Cultural Association.
Cool.
So we built that organization to make sure that we remain very legitimate with
Yep.
what we're doing, right? Fast forward to today, basically there was just some, you know, I want to say, like, differences of agreements in regards to getting what was necessary for us to operate the carnival successfully. Now we were given the mandate to run the carnival, and they said, okay, well, you guys handle the carnival and the Kiddies Carnival. We're gonna take care of the park event,
Right.
and, you know, they're gonna do also, like, the beauty pageants and
Yep.
all the other logistical stuff. The money and all that stuff is gonna be all handled by them, administration, all that. So we said, okay, fine, but what we needed was not provided. And we have a plan, as you probably know, as a business, you need to have a proper strategy, strategy, and, you know, a structured plan.
execute said plan. Yeah.
Exactly. So with the delays and the deadlines that we had, it started becoming extremely difficult to get those done. And
But why?
Less and less realistic.
well, to be really honest with you, what it was, like, two of the things that were very important were
Money.
money, yes. Actually, and you just put a good point. There's three things. So we did not know the budget. The budget was never given to us by them.
Oh, of course.
They never told us what the money was. So
Right.
how are we supposed to go and start getting trucks
Yep.
and this and
And you
that
don't know
if
what
we
you
don't
can
even
afford,
know
yeah.
exactly? So we've been fighting for that for months and weren't able to get that information. The other thing was the insurance. Which is basically to make sure you have a parade on the road. If TBAN's going to be on the road and he has a system set up, and the speakers for some reason are not strapped properly and they fall and injure somebody, and that person sues. Now, technically, because we are mandated to run the parade now,
Liable as well.
we are liable for it as well. So that was one of the major things of why we decided to leave. The other
So
thing
did they
was
want to provide the insurance?
the problem was that they. Back in December, we asked them, are they going to have insurance? Do you have insurance? They said, yes, they have insurance. So because they said yes, we just took it at face value
Of
and
course.
said, okay, fine. Coming towards now when we had the meeting with the bands, we spoke to the bands.
End of April.
End of April, correct. We ended up, you know, basically speaking to the trucking company who actually came to the band members meeting because we want to show, you know, the bands, listen, we got the trucks.
Yeah.
One of the major issues in the past was that we never had trucks or flatbeds.
Yep.
And we were always waiting last minute. So, you know, now that we had him there, it's kind of like reassuring the bands.
course, yes,
We, we know what we're doing. You know what I mean? So once we had that meeting and everything, he's like, he was happy with how the meeting went and whatnot. He's like, okay, send me your insurance. You know, we'll get this thing finalized and everything should be good to go. So sure enough, the insurance comes from them. So I'm like, okay, well, give me the insurance. But when I saw the insurance at this point, the insurance was for events. Meaning if you want to have a park event, you want to do something in a park, you know.
It didn't basically cover what
doesn't-
you guys actually
does
needed.
not
The
cover.
park event and the road is two different insurance.
course.
Exactly.
I mean, it's two different beasts too.
So-
But then again, you have to understand it was their first time, which you give them the benefit of the doubt, but then they should have done the research or asked the questions.
of course.
Yes,
I mean,
but that was mentioned and in writing too, and
Right.
that we actually mentioned in group chats. Are you sure it's for festivals? And this was back in March.
this is like the main piece of the whole.
Exactly.
Insurance is not like a one-letter paper; it's like tens of
No,
papers.
Yes.
You
Right.
have to read.
It's-
So
it's a contract.
Me personally, I just signed the paper. Here's.
But that's not what you do in
You can't.
business.
There
You
you
can't
go.
do that in business, especially
Our
if it's your
insurance
first
is
year.
different.
Well,
compared
yeah,
to-
but this is I agree with all parties. I'm just gonna say this. I think when there's the easiest way to go over that is I always say that to my wife when we go to the bank or we go to the notary or we go like anywhere, right? she's like, oh, you didn't read all of it.
Oh my God.
I'm like,
Who does?
babe, if the notary is putting something in there that's not supposed to be in there, you're going to be able to sue him. You know, because it's their job to give you the paperwork for what you asked. If they make you sign something else, you know,
But you still don't want to get. You don't want to get to that point.
No.
Ideally.
Yeah, and I understand. But I just was saying, like, if TBAN is signing a document that another party is saying this is what it's for and this is what it's in there, I mean, you can browse and make sure that you're not giving your kidney, right? But at the end of the day, it's like.
But at the same time, if you sign a piece of document, and there's something in there that you didn't request for, right? Yeah. Unless if you have a witness or there was a recording
really
of what was it becomes
like. Give me an example.
Like you're talking about the notary, right?
Right.
At the end of the day, it's going to be your word against that person's. And if you deal with a notary that wants to, be difficult and say that no, this is what you requested, it's just going to make the whole process even.
I understand.
For example, this is recorded.
Right.
Yeah. Me and you can have a conversation.
We can go back.
And it's not recorded.
Right. No. That I understood.
But I feel what you're saying.
Yeah.
The option of suing is always
Yeah. No, and again, I was just pointing that out that at the end of the day, like, not everybody has the time nor the
and
team
then you
to
find yourself in a position of big fish eats little fish.
Yes.
That's like it's
and if you look at my situation that I'm in with my company, it doesn't matter what you sign, they can still fuck you over.
I told you. So I've been telling you this for years. Contracts don't really mean
much. Yeah.
So go. Okay,
But I mean, the thing. I mean, in this, just to touch on what you're saying, like, it's okay. Like, even if you didn't read the contract, that wasn't the point. Like, it wasn't. Oh, you didn't read the contract. Well, that's it. Like, there's still ways you can amend your contract, update your policy.
For sure.
That's what we were trying to do. We were trying to say, like, listen, we got to make sure that you update your policy and get it done. But I think what ended up happening was that, for one, when they found out that they had to update it, it was too expensive for them because we got that reasoning about they're looking for, or they're shopping to see what they could do to find an insurance. Then after that, there was another reasoning where it became I can't remember now. There was another reason, but then after that reason, the reason was that they said that there was alcohol to be sold on the trucks. And because there was alcohol you didn't notice, eh? So the reason was that, for one, they were trying to shop because I think they were saying it was too expensive. Then we went back to them a couple of weeks after, like, yo, where's this insurance? Right. And they're like, oh, it seems like, the insurance thought that there was going to be alcohol sold on the truck.
Somebody opened their mouths.
So because there's alcohol sold on the truck, that's why it was more expensive. So now, because they said to remove that part of the policy, they're going. Well, but that's the thing. So why, now that they said they were going to remove that part of the policy, now it shouldn't cost as much money, so we should be getting the insurance quickly. So we said, okay, cool, we're going to wait. But now we're getting to a point now where 1 week becomes 2 weeks again now, right? So we're like, okay, what's going on? Then, sure enough, afterwards we hear something about, because it's Bill 96, that because it's Bill 96, a lot of the insurance, the contracts have to be in French, and because they're in French, they don't want to have. They don't have companies that don't want to be a part of it or something like that. So it's just like 3 excuses in the span of a month. So I'm like, okay, they're playing games. And honestly, I'm liable legally if something happens with that. Yes. I don't know if we're gonna get this insurance at this point, right? At that point, So that's the reason why. But the other reason also was because of the fact that we were giving them specific guidelines of what needed to be done.
Yeah.
And they weren't following those guidelines. So we decided to leave.
Sucks, man.
TBAN, how did you feel about the fact that there was like 1 kilometer of the distance of the road, whatever?
I think from the get-go, it was started at 2 kilometers or something like that
initially,
but then it came down to 1.7. But then we're supposed to start it at Saint Laurent, René-Lévesque, to Peel, René-Lévesque, right? But we started at maybe 3 blocks after Saint Laurent. So it became even 1.4 kilometers, something like that. But then what the city allows us to be on the road to March is from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m.
Oh, wow.
Hours.
Yeah.
That's something that we never knew from the beginning. So because this year the Juve bands weren't allowed, meaning the paint and powder wasn't allowed, so those bands shrunk. You know what I mean? So in that sense, the costume band somewhat grew, but then again, it was last minute, so a lot of people weren't able to come up with the money to get the costume, which is fine.
Right.
Because I had 2 weeks to get my costume. As soon as he announced it, I went, yo, let's get my design done. I got it done 2 weeks after the photo shoot, and I started selling. I sold about 19 costumes. And then I sold T-shirts. There was supposed to be a winning thingy for 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
But to me, I didn't even care about that because I just wanted to bring my band on the road, get my girls on the road, and have fun. So in that sense, when they found out that we got rushed off the road from 12 to 2, because my band, I think it was like 1:45, we came off the road. So girls were like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Yo, it's done." And they were like, "Yo, you know, I mean, it's kind of like,
What's the point?
what's the point?"
And you guys were sharing with Soca Sweat too.
Yes. So that's another thing. So basically, because of the situation where, aside from the insurance, the trucks that they got us to pull the trailer and the generator were too weak. So they weren't able to get Soca Sweat's truck from the yard in Laval to bring it to downtown.
Which
Wow.
disclosure, it wasn't the trucks that we originally spoke about. It was because I believe what happened was that because of the fact that we weren't able to get the insurance, the trucking company did not want to provide us a quote for the trucks. They said that because they're not going to go and speak to the 10 drivers and try to get their prices and I'll do all that work if they don't even know that they're legally able to get on the road. So they're like, you know what? Until you get your insurance right, send it to me and I'll give you the quote.
Right.
So after all that time that was processed, it only came to, I think, the Tuesday before the Carnival that they were able to get the insurance, and my contact was still willing to help them.
Okay.
But the thing was that when they gave the price was higher than they anticipated.
The insurance price?
No, the trucking price.
Okay.
The trucking price was, I think, if I'm mistaken, it was like $35
For 10 trucks?
for 10 trucks going from Friday to Sunday.
Okay.
Right, so Friday to get the yard and then pick up afterwards. So that's what ended up happening, and they ended up going with Ford F-150s with 16-foot flatbeds.
No.
And the generators alone are like close to about 3,000 pounds.
Yes.
So having those, and when I looked at the flatbed, I'm like, this is not a good look because the wheels are literally in the middle of the flatbed.
So did something happen to the trucks? To the
So
flatbed?
basically,
The
it was
flatbeds
like
are like this, and the trucks are like this.
Oh my
So
God.
they're driving like this.
And you guys saw that?
That's
With
crazy.
your
What? Everybody saw that. That's why they couldn't get the trucks on the road on time.
That's crazy.
So basically,
That's why they couldn't
even
get the trucks on the road
with
on
the
time.
2 hours of marching on the road, the trucks have been supposed to be there from 10 a.m. So the trucks didn't come to 11. I got there at 11:15.
What trucks didn't come at 11? Trucks only got there at 1:50.
No, my truck came there at 11:30.
Oh, yeah, your truck, because you were the first one.
Yeah, well, no.
Yeah,
There was
you-
another truck that was there prior to mine, but I got my truck there at 11:30.
Okay.
Then we started setting up the sound. But for real, the trucks should have been there from 10 a.m.
Of course.
So we set up by 10:30. We have everybody meet at 11. We have an hour to chill.
Of course.
Before we start marching.
Of course. Yeah. You need that buffer. You need
Yeah.
that buffer. Okay, so what ended up happening during the event? Now the trucks are crooked. That's basically what you guys are telling me. Does people's safety was actually compromised during the thing?
I wouldn't say safety was compromised because there were securities around the trucks to have
Right.
people apart. Me and the staff were only ones jumping on and off the truck, so we
Okay.
knew what we were doing because we were used to doing that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So everyone that was on it, we told them step back.
Okay.
So let's say, for example, this is the truck.
Yeah.
Everyone was here. Securities are on here.
Right.
Every maybe 10 minutes, we stop the music to tell everyone to go back.
Okay.
Just so that we can try to do the security part
Secure
on
as
ourselves.
possible. Yeah.
Okay. Making sure everybody's safe. So how do you guys feel about like the difference between the other parades and like the way that they're
Here in Montreal.
the other parades in Montreal and the way that they're treating the Carnival here, the Carifiesta,
Past
whatever.
compared to this year, to be honest, the city should do better for us as a carnival because it's not a parade; it's a show of culture.
Of course. Yep.
And if the city can't see that, we might. There's another option that we were talking about before we came inside here that we leave the downtown area.
Is that an option? Is that something
There are,
that's
but it's just
Convenience-wise and-
there you go, the selling point.
Right.
Yeah.
So
To people to come out from out of town or to come in to play mass.
They want to be
And
downtown.
me personally, I think that Caribana suffered from that.
sure.
I remember younger going to Caribana in Toronto and being on Yonge Street
Yeah, I remember that. With the car shows. Remember the car
with the
shows
car
on the front?
shows, bro. I'm always gonna remember that dude. Was a black dude in a Cadillac Escalade with a
Always
with
a
a
Cadillac
flatbed
Escalade.
with a flatbed
have guessed.
Oh, okay.
with extension flatbed.
Okay.
He put water in there.
Oh,
and
he made
then-
a pool?
He made a pool with
Yes,
two girls.
Yes.
And the guy was just there driving. It's like he was just driving. There was two girls like in the pool. Like I remember being 19 going to Caribana. I was like,
That was like 20 years ago.
yeah, I was like, that's crazy.
But you see,
Remember that.
that's the thing now. You see, if we can showcase to the city of Montreal downtown area that we can be like Caribana in Montreal, they could give us leeway to extend the parade, extend as much as we can to show the culture thing. So then again, we have to show them that we can bring in money.
Yeah. So tourism. But okay, but I agree with that. But that's the reason why I connected it with Caribana, because now Caribana is out of
Caribana
downtown
has
Toronto.
millions of people. Okay, I
Yes.
say millions of people, at least a million people coming in.
Yeah.
And there's millions of money coming into the
Yes,
businesses.
yes, but it's out of downtown. It's out of the
It's in
downtown area.
now. Well,
it's
it's
on
not
Lakeshore.
in, it's not
Lakeshore.
in downtown, but it's around the area.
Right.
So
It's
no
not
matter
too
what,
far.
sorry,
It's not far.
it's no matter what, you have to come drive through downtown to
Yeah.
go to Lakeshore.
Yeah.
Which is away from downtown, but then again, where's all the traffic coming from?
You're saying
Yeah,
that
yeah.
it's accessible.
Down Young, down every single straightway street from downtown. You have to come down
Yeah.
those. Because
Anyways,
sometimes
I-
the expressway is blocked.
Listen, at the end of the day, I think the city of Toronto did the right. No, none of they did the right thing, but I understand why they did it. It's just that it's not the same vibe being on Lakeshore than being in the city. And that,
Yeah.
and my point to that
Yeah.
is,
The city is Toronto's too small for that.
yeah. But again, what I was gonna say is that if there's a way for Montreal to keep it within the city limits, I think it would be a better idea, because I think it would be better for the economy, and I think like
where could they do it? Where
no,
else?
they could do it. They could do it on St. Patrick. They could do it like other places, but I think it wouldn't be as appealing as downtown. You know,
Because the big high-rise buildings and stuff.
yeah, exactly. I think me personally, I think Caribana suffered from that, like, because there was something cool about, oh, you're going downtown. Oh, yes, there's the parade, whatever, but like people are fucking going to what's it called, Eaton Center.
have access to everything.
People are going to LCBO. People are like going to eat, and then you're just stepping back, and the thing
show's
is,
right there.
Yeah.
everything was going on around there, right?
Yeah.
But because we don't know how to behave and people got shot, they moved it to Lakeshore, because we don't know how to behave, right?
Yeah.
Because of hip hop.
But at least now the violence is not as
This man
bad.
really said because of
This
hip
guy
hop.
is
It's true. Really said that.
It's true.
Violence, at least now the violence has calmed down.
Right.
That's
Hip-hop
one thing I
created the
can be
ghettos.
thankful
It's
for. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm not saying we were part of it 20 years ago. We were there when things were happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So anyway, so I think the main thing is why. Okay, so where do we go from there? Like with everything that happened and whatever. What do you
next?
think?
That's
Yeah.
the $1 million
next?
question.
In my opinion, to be honest, we just have to try to, I wouldn't say force, but I try to make the city understand what we're trying to do.
But how? How can you make them understand?
Showing them.
Showing them what though?
Because
Showing what we did this year and showing like, look, you guys as bands, for example, we're bringing costumes and designs to showcase. How much can we showcase for 2 hours? Because that 1 hour that we have preparation and chill, it's literally for the bands only. No regular people seeing that. So within that 2 hours of marching down the road, that's where the regular people see, businesses see. If you're taking away from going towards downtown to away from downtown, make the route longer the other way.
Okay.
I almost get the feeling that like there's a lack of interest, or they just
It's
don't.
pretty much, they don't care.
But they don't understand. They don't understand.
Well, they don't understand.
And money talks,
They
right? Money
definitely
in general, money talks. But you have to have a certain level of openness to see the opportunity that's there. And when you don't do that, it just shows that they just
So
don't
the
give
best
a
way
fuck.
to do that is show and tell that Montreal is literally Toronto 20 years ago. Either you work with us now and grow together with the city, so that we can follow some type of rule where we can say, okay, you know what? This year we do it like this. Maybe next year we expand a little bit. Give us, we show and give, show and take, give and take type of situation. That's what it is.
Interesting.
Because then again,
Yeah, but the city did fall behind Toronto a long time ago.
yes,
And what you said, it pretty much proves it. Like,
yeah,
Anyway.
but
Yeah.
there's a lot of buts. There's a lot of buts.
There's
Yeah,
a lot of
man.
buts. So, guys, this is Tammy that wrote this. I want to.
This is the story.
Wrote out a bunch of questions.
Okay, I want to know. So, why is there a difference between Carimas and Carifiesta?
Two different organizations couldn't use the same name.
Oh,
Sorry, that was too fast. Let's say, for example, Jason and I can have an event, but I can't say jump up.
Of course.
and he calls it jump up.
yeah.
I had to say jump down. He can say
Calls
jump up.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that's where I got surprised. I thought that
Because
Carifiesta and Carimas was the,
Carifiesta is owned by CCFA. Carimas is owned by the coalition.
Okay.
So where's Carifiesta this year?
CCFA.
No, I know, but where?
They,
where-
don't,
they-
they got their permit removed because they got canceled last year, remember?
And they
Oh,
tried.
so Carifiesta is done.
No. Carifiesta is still there. They can try again next year.
Yeah.
You never know.
Interesting.
Okay, what
It's
happens?
just-
But until further notice, they're not a
Yeah.
they're not
Wait.
functioning.
Okay. Wait. What happens if Carimas gets permit for next year?
Cari-
Is Carifiesta going to get a permit too?
No.
No, they won't.
they
But
can't be
then
both.
again, like I said, Jason and I can literally have an event, so-called Carnival. Maybe 1 month I do something where he is Carimas, for example. He does it in downtown. But then again, a month or two later, I can do it somewhere else in the city where they're more open to it. You can choose a multicultural borough.
Okay, but wouldn't it be for everyone's interest to focus all our energy in one event and make sure that
And
it
the date
works?
that's known for it. You know what I mean?
Why I say that is because, for example, in downtown, 2 hours on the road,
Yep.
right?
Well, you would
But the
have to-
city allows that.
Yeah.
So basically, my pitch would be you get 2 times on the road for the year in Montreal instead of 1. So you're paying $400 for a costume. Okay, maybe July first weekend we have a carnival, and then maybe end of July or August or September we have another one somewhere else in the city.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, and again,
I get the feeling that they would be fighting for the spot of the typical
Pretty much.
period of when it happens usually.
in Miami they have 2 carnivals, one in March, I think, and one in October. The one in March is
The
more
university thing, no?
Yeah. So, guys, I didn't do my research on this, but that's what I've heard. I've heard about a carnival.
It's Miami Carnival weekend that they do in
Oh,
March.
it's the parties. Okay.
And then it's basically just events that they do, like
Okay,
parties.
so it's parties.
Right.
Okay.
Right. It's not really like
not
a
a carnival.
parade or whatever.
But-
But it's like you could find if you want something like to have parties or whatever and stuff like that, you can go there. But I guess my point, what I'm saying is, I think that's Montreal's issue, right? We're all doing stuff on our side, like and whatever, and not coming together and like making sure that we're putting Montreal on the map the way that it needs to be. I think we should have one successful event and
That's the best
and
way
make
to
sure we
showcase.
bring in everybody from Toronto, New York, Boston, Miami, whatever you name it, right? To come here and party with us in our city and make sure we bring that expertise that everybody has around the table and whatever, and that's the thing. And if somebody doesn't want like to play ball, well, I mean, may the best man win. That's what it's gonna have to be, because
I guess there's too many people that don't want to play ball. Maybe.
Exactly.
It's not that people don't want to play in the same field. It's more like, what are you willing to do for your culture? Are
Yeah.
you trying to kiss ass?
Yeah.
Or are you trying to fight for your culture?
Or,
Yeah.
or
That's
is
what-
there? Or is there?
the
Oh, go ahead.
It's high egos.
That's what I was about to say.
When you
That
cut-
too,
How many
and-
people
when you
want to
bring-
do
you
things
can
their
say
own
all
way?
you want to say. At the end of the day, it's people who have high egos that are getting in the way of other people.
It's true.
Because
trying
in all
to make
honesty,
this
that's
great.
that's
And
that's what
another
I'm
thing
getting.
is
all the time.
also, no offense, no old heads, the people that's in charge of it are older heads.
Old fashioned.
Old-fashioned, old ways of thinking need to step up or step down and let the younger generation take over or guide them.
That's the
But they
thing.
get
That's
into
what,
it.
like,
I don't,
But they get
I don't,
into
I
it.
don't
Trying
really
to
agree
do.
with the old thing because I think that a lot of people who are older have a lot of knowledge.
That's
When
true.
we've been working with the coalition, there was a woman on that board that's been there since like 1974.
Oh, crazy.
And the information that I've collected and gathered from her
Yeah,
was
it's a lot.
was
Amazing.
amazing.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that they're older. They might be older mentality, but they have to humble themselves to understand that yes, the carnival is meant for the younger generation, younger than me, younger than TBAN. It's for the younger kids. For the younger kids. So we got to find a way to make sure that we cater towards them. If there's a humility that happens with that, then I think there will be success. If there's not, then it'll be the same thing.
Okay.
over and over
More
again.
people getting in the way.
So now you guys you and Tammy have a nonprofit, okay, that was basically in charge of helping make this thing work.
Correct.
Okay. Now you guys are off the project.
Yes.
Okay. But you're still going. You still went to the because you're still involved in some type of way there.
For the carnival?
Yeah, for the carnival.
No, we're
I think he
we've
was
been removed.
DJing, no?
You were.
one of the
Oh, you mean at the carnival?
Yeah, yeah,
itself?
at the carnival
Okay,
itself.
I'm sorry. So I went personally because again, carnival is like my love.
Of course.
Carnival's life.
So I went there just literally
Support.
to, for one, I wanted to see what
Yeah.
what it was gonna be.
Like me
I-
going to the
I'm not-
SAQ
I'm not
grabbing
gonna-
a bottle of
yeah,
wine.
I'm not, yeah, right. I'm not gonna BS. I wanted to see I wanted to see what this looked like. And you know what's funny though? I keep it 100. I was more than impressed with the park event.
I played it.
More than impressed
park
with how it
event was
looked. It looked so freaking nice and properly set up and everything. It was a lot better than
Which
I thought
park was
would've
it?
been. It was in Place du Canada, which is like right by Peel.
In front of
The
in front of the
Queen
Marriott,
Elizabeth
right?
Hotel.
In front of the
Oh,
Marriott.
yeah.
Desjardins, was it? Well, no, not
No,
Desjardins.
it's, Elizabeth.
It was
right,
by
right.
the
In front of the
Elizabeth
hotel, under the
Basically,
Queen Elizabeth.
The, like,
Peel,
hotel.
Peel.
The Marriott. The Marriott.
Oh, the Marriott.
Marriott,
Oh,
the
yeah.
Marriott.
Yep. I know exactly where
Yeah.
it is. Yep.
So,
Not too far from the bell
Peel-
thing.
Peel
From
and
the-
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Peel René Lévesque.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yep.
it was really nice. So I went there to go see that, and at the same time,
That's dope that they did it there.
It was nice.
Yeah,
I didn't expect
yeah.
it was going to be there.
yeah, it was really nice. It
Sorry,
was
it was
really,
the
really, really
church.
nice.
The church that was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went for that, and honestly, I just went to because Soca Sweat and Rain Carnival both wanted me to DJ on their trucks.
Okay.
So I was gonna DJ on the trucks. Yeah, and pretty much I was there just to basically help out and whatnot.
Okay. So and again, I think what I'm trying to get to is like, because I want people to know like what they can do to help and what they can like.
How they can contribute.
Yeah, how they can contribute. Do you guys have any idea? Because I think what would be interesting is for more people to understand the behind the scenes of what's going on.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people like me are confused, even though I know about the culture. Of course, I'm not deep
But we don't know
into
the
it.
inner workings of it.
But I think that there needs to be like, and I think it's part of what we're doing now.
One sentence,
Yep.
I can say if the community came in to help.
Right.
But how?
That's the thing, how?
Instead of talking bad about the carnival itself, come in and say, hey, what can we do to help?
Right.
Funding, one thing. You know, it doesn't have to be $100, $200, a $5 by 20,000
But is
people.
there something in
It
place
makes
for
a
that?
difference.
Like some kind of a
Well,
GoFundMe
there
or
was
whatever?
one that was made. I'm not sure the name. It was made, and they only
Zephy.
came up with like $3,000.
Right.
You see,
But
and to
how
me
did-
that
but
speaks
when-
volumes because there's a lot of people that are willing to complain and that's about it.
Yeah,
They're
so
not really interested in
So
trying
let's say,
to
for example,
get
you
involved.
have at least 100,000 people that go out to the parade. If that 100,000 people, even $1
Yeah.
makes
Yeah.
$100,000.
I think that'd be interesting to have it something like that in place.
I think and this is the thing, and we're gonna talk off camera, and I want to talk to Tammy also, because I feel that's the thing. I'm so focused on building LS that I can't give my all on something else, right? But I do have a vision for the city. And I know some people might be laughing at me because they think I'm not there yet or whatever it is. But
it's never too late. It's never
but
too
my point
early.
is the one thing that I've discovered, which is my superpower, is the connections that I have.
Yeah.
Right. And
Connection and networking. Makes it-
exactly. Like I know different levels of people and whatever. And I think what we need is a little bit of touch of white in our carnival.
But yes,
I think we need a bit more whiteness in there.
This, like I said, that comes down to where if the city sees money coming in
Yeah.
during that weekend,
They'll be involved.
then we have an opportunity to extend it and do whatever we want.
Can we? Okay. Can we get an artist? Would it make sense to get an artist for Carnival in Montreal? Would it make sense?
You could.
okay, so yes, but those are all the way I see. Okay, and I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I definitely.
I'm just
respect-
brainstorming
Yeah.
live on the podcast right
Throwing
now.
ideas.
The way to fix this carnival in Montreal, because this is not something that happened just this year alone. This is a problem that's been happening for over
Ça
15
perdure,
years.
là.
Ouais, vraiment là. So you have to look at it and as a house.
Yeah.
You've got to build the foundation first.
Yeah.
The foundation consists of the organizing committee. The organizing committee are pretty much running around like chickens with no heads.
Voilà.
Okay. Once they settle down and they're able to really understand, okay, you be in charge of this, you be in charge of this, and then they allow people to work in their
follow
respective
through
place,
within-
and they let people succeed in their own umbrella that they're under. Then you could start building to the next step. Where then at that point you start looking at the bands. How can we help the bands at that point? What kind of grants and what kind of funding can we do to help TBAN so that we could give him this kind of envelope so he could build his costumes, because they are the most important thing there is on the road.
Carnival
right?
without the bands don't
So
move.
so you gotta
Yeah.
look, you gotta look at it at levels. And then once you get, but the thing is, Montreal is still at the bottom level. And the reason why we're at the bottom level is because of their egos and the pride that they got. And we can never get to that next level because they keep fighting us back down to get to stay here.
Right. And I think they don't understand that the bands are the heart of it, right? Because I think
No,
there
they
was-
do understand that.
do.
But what was that thing
They
Tammy
don't-
was telling me about that they didn't, acknowledge the bands and their
So now they understand the bands. Right?
Now,
Let's
when
say,
it was
for example,
Back then-
next year, 3 bands decide not to come on board because the route is too short. What are they gonna do?
there's nothing.
Have T-shirts?
You have nothing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Have steel,
But
steel
they
band is
had
part of
they
the
had
culture,
to,
yes.
But-
they have
if-
to,
but
but
if-
they had to go through that bullshit
BS, yeah.
Because
for them to
remember-
understand that, hey, we
Because
fucked
remember,
up.
the name now is Carry Mass. Pretty much comes out to Caribbean Masquerade. So if you don't have mass on the road, what are you gonna do?
Shout out to Tammy, by the way. Tammy created the name, just saying.
For sure.
Yep. Wow. Yeah. So okay. So anyways, I think. Okay. So I think I think it's clear what's going on. I think definitely, a lot of people are gonna have their opinion, whatever. But I think for anybody listening, I think what would need to happen is some type of an understanding where all parties, like for example, they do. Like for the school districts and whatever and stuff, so forth. Like they do those little meetings and like
Band leaders meeting, they do that.
yeah. But you understand what? No, I was talking more about like, when they do like audience and like for example, like for my kid's school, right? It's a public school, but like. There's meetings like that you can assist,
the parents
you
can
can
come in,
attend.
yeah.
That you
It's
vote
it's an
for
organization issue.
HM,
It's an
whatever, right?
organization.
Like a general meeting.
whatever, right? Where people can come and people could vote on stuff, right? And they could maybe allocate more transparency to the working the inner workings of what's going on, because I feel me personally that it's never going to go anywhere until somebody stands up and like really exposes what's going on.
Can
you know?
I ask something real quick?
Go ahead, man.
So with LS Cream, do you do that for LS Cream? Do you have people necessarily?
I mean,
Vote.
the customers are the people that decide,
Right.
Right. So when
But at the end
But,
of the day,
he's
No, but go
getting
ahead, go ahead.
right to my point of what
Yeah,
I'm trying to
yeah.
say. So you're saying the customers decide how you do it. So if there was needed, let's say it was too bitter.
Yeah.
The customers would say it was too bitter. You listen to what the customers say,
And you
and
accept-
then you tweak it to make sure.
Yep. So give you an example. That's the way that's the way,
the way it
right?
started.
Yep. So if right now, when I go on TotalWine.com and I look at the reviews under LS, everything is positive.
Okay.
Right? These are people that bought the product at the price and that tasted it and liked it.
Okay.
Right? If I want one person in there that says, which happened, I got a 1 star, right? Within all those 5
always the
stars,
one
Yeah.
the person said, it's good, but the bottle's too heavy and
Okay.
gave me 1 star.
Wow. Okay.
I'm going to ignore that comment because the rest of the comments
Majority
are,
rules.
are positive. If a lot of people come in and say, this is what's wrong with, with the Carnival, whatever, whether it be Carimas, Carifiesta, whatever it is,
Yeah.
we want this is what we want, this is how much we're willing to pay, this is how much whatever. If that data comes in clearly to the organization,
That's a very good, thing.
maybe they'll be more willing to listen.
Okay, perfect. So here's my thing now. For you to actually say that requires you to have a certain humility to understand that there is people that are saying certain things that
Yeah.
are negative,
Yeah.
and you need to get out of your pride
Yeah.
to say that my product is not the best product,
Yes.
obviously,
You're not just
because
gonna do it
people are
your way.
saying what needs to be said.
Yeah.
The problem is that they are not looking at the way you're looking at it. You're looking
organization
at
issue.
they're looking at it and being like they're saying this. Oh well, they're
doesn't matter.
negative.
They don't know.
They're being negative.
Yeah.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna try to educate them and
I
tell
know
them
what's
why
best for them.
this product is good.
Yeah.
For example, with my band, I always tell everybody, whether you go in with the mindset of whether you win or not, you have fun.
I get it. Yeah.
Like going gambling, whether you lose your $100 or not, have fun.
Yeah, I get it. No, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, it's like, anyways, for me, again, like I said, everybody has their heart at the right place, I
Yeah.
think. Everybody
think
wants
so
to help. I think it's more of a question of, and that's the thing with Montreal, right? And I was like saying, it's like we have so much untapped potential with the city. I think
been years.
we need to wake it up. Like that's what I'm saying because
they need to see it.
yeah, because like somebody like, when 50 was here, right? And I was talking with the guys around him, whatever, and they were like, Montreal is dope. Never knew that Montreal was that dope. Whatever. And like everybody talks about Toronto. I'm sure we could do it better than Toronto.
sure.
But I mean, it's gonna have people need to step up.
Montreal is a party city. Like people keep forgetting that.
People need to talk.
And the reason why Caravana is big and Toronto and Montreal is not is because the people who were running Montreal back then when it was bigger than Toronto left to Toronto.
They're all there.
Yeah,
That's all over there.
So
Yeah, somebody told me that. You're
'Cause
right.
the opportunities were there.
that's it.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Even there are some band members and band designers over there. They were from Montreal, but they're there now. And one of them, their Endless Trims, they're my suppliers. You know what I mean? Shout out to them. They always help me. That's if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here.
Wow, that's crazy.
and they're in Toronto.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys. I mean, listen.
Reality.
It is what it is. Guys, we're gonna. Do you guys have anything to add to that?
If you have any questions, we're ready to answer.
Okay. No, I mean, for me,
One thing
yeah.
I could say, aside from whatever the name Montreal Carnival is, I present it as Montreal Carnival.
Right.
So whatever name or whatever organization runs it doesn't matter to me.
Right.
As long as I can bring my band and my mass and have my masqueraders have fun on the road, that's all that matters to me.
Yeah, I get it. No, that's fair. And that's fair. No, I was gonna say because usually in the podcast we have to tackle a couple of subjects.
Yes.
And I would be remiss to finish the podcast without talking about
Yes.
the craziness that happened this weekend. I was at a family barbecue in Kirkland, minding my business, eating a nice plate, and then my brother-in-law says they shot Trump.
Oh, that. You want to talk about that? I don't know if you guys are into crypto.
I mean,
I don't know if you guys are into crypto. Literally, I think he got shot at maybe 6-something p.m. No, sorry, that's when the crypto came out. So basically, you know how meme coins are and stuff? So they literally released a token called MAFA. So basically, remember in the end, he goes, fight?
Yeah.
So they literally said, make America fight again. And that cryptocurrency launched at maybe 200K market cap and sitting at $40 million market cap right now.
Bro.
But hey, I'm the internet money guy, right?
Whatever.
No one wants to listen to me.
I didn't hear about it. I'm
not
gonna look
surprised.
into
I'm not
it.
surprised.
A lot of people thought it was staged. Okay, a lot of people thought it was staged.
Somebody died though.
But
No.
But here's the
That's
thing.
before. That's first of all before people. Listen, I had
Because there's
Go ahead.
there's stage. There's two terms. I forgot what was the other term, but just because something is staged doesn't mean that there can't be casualties.
Right.
Right.
Like the people that are part of the casualty group were not aware that this was going to
Things would
happen. Clearly,
But
you
then
understand?
again, remember, you can plan something. Once it's out in the wild, you don't know if it's going to go straight.
Yeah.
But hey,
That's
and-
true.
and-
That's
Bro,
true.
I don't
at the
care.
same time-
Nobody's throwing no bullet by my
No,
head.
but that's the thing.
Dog, no,
But that's the thing. Like,
I get a little sneeze one day and then nah.
I mean, who's to say that he got shot at? There were shots fired, then he
Yeah.
went down, and instead of, every shooting that I've seen, you stay the fuck down, and then they get you the fuck out. But in that particular scenario, he was still there chilling. They got him up slowly. I've never seen a shooting where the person that's getting shot at, they would allow him to get back up.
My
with his,
thing also, the shots were fired. People might have got shot. Who knows? But what if he had a razor blade and cut his ears?
Listen,
That's another thing.
I've heard those rumors kind of like in wrestling
Yeah.
or whatever. But what I'm trying to say is that, first of all, I've never seen a crowd so chill after a shooting.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
there were people in
and
the
I'm not
crowd
saying that
that's
they were
like-
involved, but it's just weird to me. That's just optics.
But people were in shock. People were in shock.
But okay, I know how we would behave.
Yo,
If
fact,
we-
for sure.
I've never seen them in that situation,
I
but
was
I
just
know
thinking that.
that we will be running, maybe
You
not
just
in the same
duck and-
direction,
Duck and stay down.
bro. But again, Secret Service, their job is to protect the president, and you get them back up where you can still have a clear view, so they can get more shots at him.
Yep.
That's weird to me. That
Yep.
doesn't make any. And seconds after,
But they said shoot her down. They said shoot
Yeah,
her
so
down.
basically, after
Oh, the
he
shooter
shot,
that they saw for
he
2
got,
minutes
he got
chilling?
shot.
Yeah.
He got shot right after he shot the fire.
okay,
Right.
so that's why he was able to get back up and do the.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's
right
exactly
after.
why. That's exactly why.
It
That
went-
guy, he's gang. Because
I think there was
I got shot at.
4 or 5 shots fired, and as soon as those finished, he got shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
Exactly.
And nah, man, the whole everybody seeing him.
that was
not
kind
only
of-
not only Secret Service, but even like regular passerbys were looking at him chilling on top of whatever the fuck he was on. With
They
his
were
gun.
screaming, "He has a gun," but no one listened.
Have you guys seen? So afterwards, guys, there was people saying he went to golf the next day.
Yep, chilling.
went to wrestling. Went to MMA fight.
No,
This
he didn't
guy-
go. He didn't go.
He didn't go?
He didn't go. He
Didn't
didn't
he
go.
go to
He
Raw
was
or
supposed to
something?
go. He was supposed to go. He was supposed to go to MMA.
He golfed for
UFC.
sure. He did golf.
It was just a piece a year.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Piece a year.
yeah, but somebody
G.
try and
What-
get to
But
take you
that-
out.
But you would expect. Okay, so look, if a man goes golfing after he gets shot, and you had to choose between Biden or Trump, who would have went golfing?
But that's the point.
Y'all know Trump would have been the one
Of
you
course,
would have chose.
Trump, but you need to understand that Trump.
By the way, he won. He won the election now.
It's over.
Well, for this, yeah.
Oh,
This
we'll see,
election,
But you know,
we'll see,
but you know that
it's over.
Like every
Biden
single,
just cut COVID, and now he's MIA.
Wait, let's leave it there.
I saw this meme.
Maybe.
This meme of Biden that says, "I got sick," and then it reads, "of these hoes."
Anyway,
But okay, even though if it was staged or not, after something like that, how are you gonna beat him?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna
Man,
do.
look,
Mila,
People were mad.
Est-ce qu'on peut allumer la télé?
People were mad about it, but
Yeah? Okay, pas.
Trump
yeah.
is a gangster.
bro, I don't look Trump. I'm not saying that it's not possible what y'all are saying. I'm not saying that at all. All right, and I just know when I look at when I see people's, when I see their character or whatever, I can tell like those types of shadiness things that would happen would be with a person that would be like a Hillary Clinton, like a George Bush, who's a Republican, like one of them. But Trump has been so like, I'm gonna do this, and I don't care what
gonna
you
do
say.
what I wanna do.
I'm gonna do
Yes.
whatever the hell whether you like it or not. I don't care. I'm doing. So for him to change his whole method of being, where I'm gonna go and reenact a shooting to shoot my own ear off. I mean, it's not impossible, but it's just so out of his character that we've seen, and it's not like he wasn't losing. It's not like he was losing.
No,
the,
he was
the
winning.
polls.
He was
You know what
ahead.
I'm saying? So it's like,
was ahead.
why would he go that extreme?
We should
there's so
go
many-
and bet right now.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it just seems
Trump's
very.
gonna win.
I
It just
swear
seems
to God.
no, but like he was gonna win it. Like he knew he was gonna win anyways. He knew he was gonna win anyways.
I know
That
what's crazy.
debate was an
This whole shit
abomination.
it's just weird to me.
Yeah,
You
it's
know what's
weird as
crazy is
hell.
that like
Okay, guys, look at this.
What's this?
This is today?
That's my girl. That's my girl.
Yeah. Okay.
Amber Rose?
Bitch, yo. She got the bag.
What is that tattoo on her
Volume, Mila.
forehead?
Volume.
She got the bag. She got the bag for that.
For my children, keeping them safe and giving them an opportunity.
So she's reading.
Of course.
Écoute, tu peux monter le volume. Tu peux le monter. On va l'entendre dans le speaker.
Democrats, conservatives, or liberals,
Parfait.
we all want a better country for our children.
She has the slut walk.
But I'm here tonight to tell you, no matter your political background, that the best chance
He's
we
watching
have
her
to give our babies
read.
a better life is to elect Donald Trump President of the United States. Now you may be wondering why I'm up here telling you this. I'm no politician and I don't want to be, but I do care about the truth. And the truth is that the media has lied to us about Donald Trump.
So you got paid.
Yeah, she definitely got paid.
She got a bag,
She
bro.
definitely got a bag.
My
But
president.
look at his face. Like, he don't even care. He's not even, like, he knows this is some bullshit.
For a long time, I believed those lies. So I'm here to set the record straight. The first person I knew who supported Donald Trump was my father. I was shocked. My entire family is racially diverse. And I believed the left-wing propaganda that Donald Trump was a racist. My father said, "No, he's not, Amber. What are you talking about?" And when I insisted, he said, "Prove it." So to prove my father wrong, I did my research and looked into all things Donald Trump. People have to do their research. I watched all the rallies, and I started meeting so many of you, his red hat wearing supporters.
Red hat, man.
Not the same letter.
Different reason.
Donald Trump and his supporters don't care if you're black, white, gay, or straight. It's all
This one
love.
made me laugh.
Yeah.
They don't care if you're but abortion, no gay podcast.
They're like, we like her.
And that's when it hit me. These are my people. This is where I belong.
Okay, I'm good. I'm good.
I don't.
When did this happen?
Bro, I don't care what.
About a week now.
Dog, anything a Kim Kardashian.
No,
or
this
Amber
week,
Rose
au début de la semaine. This
Okay,
week.
after the shoot.
After the shooting, yeah.
Okay.
Donald Trump had the thing. Basically, the funny thing about what happened.
paid. She got
So
paid.
Donald Trump got shot on the Saturday, but the Monday is the Republican National Convention, RNC, whatever. So that's where they officially nominate the guy that won the primary. The Democratic, which was this event, right? The Democratic nominee is going to be at a convention that's going to happen, I think, next month. So the Republican one is always before, but at this convention, basically, is a kiss the ring convention that takes about 2 to 3 days. So people come and they just go to the stage and they start rallying the troops, just talking like Amber Rose did.
Yeah.
But you're gonna see governors, you're gonna see like other political officials, maybe sometimes celebrities or whatever. They're gonna come, guys. The funniest thing, and I'm not gonna show it to you guys, but you can go look it up. Donald Trump came in, so basically before all of that, he came in like an MMA fighter, so everybody was already in the
They didn't
stands.
play
Yo,
50
them
Cent.
memes.
They
He
did not play- they did not play 50
had the
Cent.
Secret Service like seven.
Okay, yeah, it's true. They were pretty close and they were all tall.
Right, and he's walking through that tunnel, and the music he came on, he came out to, bro. Bro.
was the
It was
music?
not. Listen,
I'm waiting to hear what he's
it
gonna
was
say.
a country singer. I don't remember his name, but guys, the lyrics were like, "Oh, he has risen, Donald Trump.
You're lying.
They tried to kill him, but they failed.
Another- yeah.
Our
So,
leader,
the country
Donald
version of Many Men.
and it was like, bro,
country version
but it
of
was
Many Men.
it was so funny. But he wouldn't stop. Like, he was basically freestyling.
Right.
He was freestyling country music, saying all these things that I just said. And at one point, the person, like the Oscars, when people talk too long and they
Yeah.
put the music, there's somebody that spoke on the speaker that said, Okay, now everybody sit down while the guy was singing still, because he was saying like all sorts of shit, like, oh my God, Donald Trump our savior, like whatever. It was crazy. Guys, it's over. It's over. Donald Trump won. The only way the Democrats.
We knew it was
But
going to
bro,
happen.
like, okay, but I get it.
And-
But the thing is that you can't say Democrats ain't the same way, bro.
No, we're not saying that. We're not saying that.
They're all
bro.
corrupt. All of them. The whole of them are corrupt.
Bro,
The
I will
whole
tell
of
you
them.
something. I will tell you something, okay? There's a bunch of stuff that Trump did during his presidency that were good. There was other stuff that he did was not good. Give you an example. Okay, go.
He's a good businessman.
No, he is a good businessman. I mean,
He made America. While he was president, everything was going good. America was making money.
listen.
But when
Everyone was making money.
their economy was already up when he came in.
Okay.
But then again, he made it better. But once Biden came in,
It's easier to make it better when it's already going good.
Let me tell you something.
It's tougher to make it rise when it's already shit.
Let me tell you something. Trump has been using rhetoric that's kind of strange that have people really scared about democracy in the next election. I agree to that. Do I believe, me personally, that what he's saying he's gonna do it? I don't believe that, because I believe that in the end he's just a guy that likes to chill on yachts. That's what I believe. Okay, so he's not gonna stir the pot too hard to fuck up everything and mess up his peace, his family, and whatever. So that's what it is. Is he gonna try and fight and stay in power? I don't think that the branches of government is going to allow him to do that. They are saying that he's placing people in key positions to, like, for example, like I think like in Pennsylvania last election, there was a situation with the ballots where, okay, so basically every electoral college that is won, there needs to be somebody that certifies this. And basically, there was a situation where in Pennsylvania, he was asking somebody to not do it, and the person did it anyways, which is like the normal thing to do. While now the person that's in charge in Pennsylvania, from what I've heard, don't quote me on this, but now is a MAGA Republican, and basically, if Donald Trump doesn't want him to acknowledge who really won whatever the state or whatever, the guy could say, yeah, no, I'm giving the state to Donald Trump. So anyways, I'm saying all of this to say, we'll see. Clearly, we'll see. But to me, the only way that Democrats can try and win this next election, they need to drop Joe Biden. That's the only way that they can win.
and also another thing with Trump is that he's a big supporter of crypto.
And what does that have to do with it?
Younger generations are all into it.
Yeah. I mean, me personally, I
guess.
Believe it or not,
could vote for.
Believe it or not, crypto is big.
No.
No. We're not saying that it's
yeah.
not. Well, you were thinking more so in terms of voting, what would it actually equate to? But obviously, people will vote for whoever they identify
That's it.
more.
Yeah.
Whoever they fuck with more.
Exactly, but I think the turnout for young people is gonna be extremely low for this one. And mind you, I think it is last election 74 million people voted for Donald Trump, 81 million voted for Joe Biden. So if you add the two, it's about 160. It's about 160
300 million people in
400 million people, right?
No.
So you're still missing 240 million people that didn't vote. I mean, there's babies in there. There's babies and kids in there. So roughly, like you said, maybe 300 million, whatever. So anyways, so there's still a lot of people that are not voting. And Charlemagne said it the best. It was going to be like between the crooks, which is the Republicans, the cowards, which is the Democrats, and the couch. Right, which is a lot of people. Which is a lot of people that are just gonna stay home and not vote and whatever. So you have to energize those people.
On a quick side note, his running mate, forgot his name.
JD Vance.
And because I found out that he shitted on Trump for like a good.
Yeah.
There's like a 1 hour, 2 hour video of him just shitting on Trump.
Yeah.
And
now he's his running mate.
So yeah, it's politics.
Yeah, listen, it's politics. That's what it is. That's all it is. Follow the money. But anyways,
It's
guys.
entertaining as hell, though.
Oh,
man.
Yeah.
We're like a reality
It's
TV.
like
We're here
Carnival.
in Canada.
Carnival
talking about
has
Every year.
Hey, that's what it is. And I told them, it's funny because I travel so much to the States because of LS. Sometimes I'm having conversation with people. I'm like, you guys don't even understand, like, the impact that, like, we in Canada know everything about your culture and you guys know nothing about ours.
No.
And I was telling some people,
we live in igloos. And everything.
I was telling people, like, our news programs start most of the time with what's happening in your country. and then they go to Trudeau. you know, unless something major happens. But like, it's kind of crazy. But whatever. So
Do you get a big perception of when you speak to people in the States that they're like more leaning towards like a Biden or a Trump? Like, who do you think? Like, or is it mixed?
I think there's a lot of closeted Trump supporters.
Yeah.
Closet Trump supporters?
Yeah. So
Really?
basically, in the wild, they're gonna say like, you're in public right now. They're gonna say, oh yeah, Biden's my man, whatever, and then they go to the booth and then they vote for Trump.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's how it happened for when he was elected initially.
The best.
Or it was rigged. I say it was rigged.
I mean, the best.
Oh shit!
Listen, the best way to see this is the skit. If you didn't see that skit, go watch it. The SNL skit with Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock. After Hillary lost, when Donald Trump got elected for the first time, you look at, my God, 2016, imagine that, like 8 years ago. That's
Isn't that
crazy.
crazy?
That's
8 years
eight
ago,
years
right?
ago. It's crazy.
That's nuts.
Wow.
So the clip basically shows exactly what I just said, which is like people being surprised and understanding that somebody around them probably voted for Trump. Of course. At the end of the day, like people at the office and like people like, because 74 million people. Like,
That's
by
a
the
lot.
way, at the last election, even though he lost, he still broke a record. Yeah, Biden broke a record too, but Trump broke a record too. That's how much people are behind him. So, anyways, man, I don't know what's gonna happen,
How is
but
he getting like going to jail or?
Gang,
I don't
that's
know.
done.
Gang,
That's
gang,
done.
bro.
That's done.
Gang, gang.
But then again, it could all be marketing.
It could be. It could be. It could be.
Like how the cartel case, me, if I could talk about that, where I believe that cartel's case was like the biggest marketing scam there is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is he still releasing music? Sure, in the islands it's different. Each producer owns your music, but then again,
Wait,
if,
But he is who he is.
But
man.
wait, but if
He is
by
who he
law, if you really wanted someone's music not to be released,
They're
stop
gonna
it or I fine
gatekeep
you.
it.
Laws are always
100%.
there's always exceptions for some
100%.
people.
So is he still in jail? There,
He's still in jail.
wasn't there something like July 10th where they were
Might
supposed
be.
to have a decision?
I stop.
In jail, living
whether
better
it comes
than
or
us.
not, I'll see it when I believe it.
You know, it's crazy. But real quick, because we gotta finish. But just before we leave, Gab, did you watch House of Dragon?
The latest episode?
Yes.
Don't spoil anything for me,
Okay.
please.
So okay. So are you a House of Dragon fan?
I'm a Game of Thrones fan. I'm starting House of Dragons.
Okay, wait. But did you
far
finish
are
Game of
I'm
Game of
just
Thrones?
starting.
Okay.
I watched it
First
3
season?
times.
Oh, okay,
The prequel,
perfect.
right?
First
Okay.
season?
I watched Game of Thrones 3 times.
The prequel, yeah.
I just started watching, but you can say it.
Okay, no, I'm not. No, I'm not spoiling.
Okay.
I'm not
That
spoiling.
doesn't bother me.
Latest episode
it's-
was lackluster, just to say the least.
He's a
Whatever.
bigger fan.
Season
me.
3 or
Season
three.
two. Season two.
Season two?
Season two. Episode 5.
episode 5. Okay.
He's
Okay.
a bigger fan than me.
So whatever. But anyways, I was just gonna say, because we usually do reviews and whatever. But I was gonna say, like, I'm giving this show
There we go.
till the end of the season to show me what they can do, or else I think next season I'm out.
Bro, they already
Okay.
did you look at the link I sent you?
No, what link?
They're thinking of possibly doing
Oh yeah, with the
a
sea snake.
prequel and
Yeah,
basically-
yeah.
and
And
then
by the way, I'm gonna say it here. Mila, je te garantis, je vais finir bientôt, ok? Je te
gonna say-
garantis,
he's
ok?
gonna
Je finis
say-
bientôt, ok?
He's about to say
Okay?
something stupid.
Okay? Attends.
He's gonna say something stupid.
There is too much black people in the prequels,
Okay.
okay?
It's true.
By too much, this guy says.
I am a black person.
Other people.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
But that's the narrative that's going around now. That's the narrative that's going around now. Where they're trying to put black cast in every single movie and every single thing.
So they're
Nothing
making-
wrong with it. But why are you trying to milk it off our backs?
Long story short, because there's a faction, a group of people. They're called the
Valerian.
the Valerians,
Yeah.
right?
Valerians, yeah.
But they were extinct in the Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
basically, and now we found out that they were black in the
Okay.
prequel.
Okay.
Am
You
I
didn't
right?
know that?
Am I,
No, I didn't know
Well,
that.
how
Okay.
how are
I
you
didn't-
supposed
I
to
didn't know
know?
the Valerians
But
were
here's the
black.
thing. Here's
No,
the
you didn't
thing.
watch it
Here's
yet,
the
so I
thing. In
understand
Game of
it.
Thrones, how are you supposed to introduce
They
these
mentioned
people?
it in the Game of Thrones, but
Yes,
they never,
of the
but
people.
They never talk about the skin, the skin color.
When do you
said
talk
that- yeah,
about?
they never
Oh, how are you? How are you
But
going to
wasn't the
present
Valerians
and say all the
as a
Targaryens,
wild
the
people or
whites,
something like that?
I mean,
From the Game of Thrones.
Okay, listen.
From what I remember.
My only thing is, as long as they explain of the people where they're from,
Yeah.
what they're about, which they have yet to do, I understand his point. But the whole saying that there's too many black people, it doesn't make any sense. It's like saying he never complained when there
But
was
all the black people are
he-
from Valerians or Valerians?
No, well, they were, from what I'm understanding, predominantly black.
Okay.
Right? And nobody complained when there was the black dude in Game of Thrones because he was a pirate, and apparently that makes sense.
Yeah, right.
You didn't say shit about that.
No.
But that makes sense to you, right? But it's cool.
Well, what's the problem with black people? I don't get it. What's the problem with?
I hate black people, man.
It's the narrative that everyone's pulling on.
I don't know. It's a thing that he's.
It's a narrative
It's a thing
I'm
that he's on.
kidding.
lately.
Guys,
I don't know.
it's the narrative. That's my issue. I think the way that they're
pushing
presenting
the narrative towards
that's
the
But they haven't
I
explained
feel,
it. It's just like they're just there. And obviously, naturally, you would like to understand. Like, even
Why?
the guy in Game of Thrones, the guy when he was finding the mountain. He was finding the mountain for his sister that the
Yeah.
mountain had raped.
Yeah.
And the guy, what's his name?
Dog?
No, Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal, when he was fighting
the actor, from Dorne.
From Dorne. He was like,
I know
they were
what you're
fighting.
talking about.
It was
Yeah.
an amazing fight until
Yeah,
he
yeah.
got punched in the mouth and
Yeah,
his teeth
yeah,
flew.
yeah.
And then you found out where he was from.
Yeah,
It made
yeah.
sense. They're from the desert. You know, they look like.
Yes.
Right? So you understood him and his
That's
sisters.
what's his name? Tyrion.
Oberyn Martell.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Oberyn Martell, that's
So
it.
you understood about him and his people from where they were from.
Yes.
They're from the desert.
That's what I
So
want.
You
Yes.
saw the culture, you saw the swag, you
Yes.
understood. It made
Thank you.
sense.
Thank you.
Now we're seeing a bunch of black people that are just there with
Right.
no explanation.
Explain.
I would like
That's
the
it.
explanation, but the problem is
They're not giving it yet.
And the prequel. They're not going to because it's all focused on
the house- on the House of Dragons.
the
Yes.
Targaryens, right?
Yes.
And now they're talking about a prequel for the blacks.
Oh yeah, they're talking about it.
Yeah,
Doing
so-
a prequel of the prequel?
Prequel of the prequel.
So
or a
it's-
side
or a side
thing.
thing.
Yeah,
But it's
side
like
story.
you can't just put a bunch of people and not put a background.
Okay, but Daenerys is still the main character of this House of Dragons, or is she
No,
not in this
no,
at
she's
all?
not even there.
What?
Because it's
This is
300
like
years
20
before.
It's 300 years
Oh,
in the
this
past.
is changed before
How many
this.
years?
300 years in the past.
300. Oh,
Okay,
So you're
that's-
seeing
okay, I get it.
like
Before-
grand,
before
grand,
now
you're seeing-
grand,
before-
whatever.
Now you're seeing all the
So,
cousins and
anyways,
sisters and brothers that slept
Anyways,
together.
there's
and
a
all
few
that.
things that they did, but we spoke about it before. So, anyways, we'll finish the episode and I'll tell you more about it. But yeah, I'm having an issue with some of the characters.
You have an
You
issue
don't want
with
to see no
that.
black people
But
in
you had an
there.
issue with life.
Doctor Who. The new season of Doctor Who, the main cast is black.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they change that every
gay dude,
time.
right?
I think it's gay, whatever.
Doctor
It's
Who?
fine.
I see, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that's different. Like I wouldn't mind a black James Bond. I wouldn't mind
Yeah,
that.
there you go.
You know,
But don't make
whatever.
a
What about a
whole
black Ariel?
thing.
What about a black?
What about a
Superman?
black Ariel?
Ariel.
that happened already.
The Little Mermaid.
The Little Mermaid.
Yeah, that already happened.
I mean, me personally, I wouldn't do
But that's
that.
a narrative right there, you know. That's
yeah, it's a different take.
Hey, listen.
but the actual storylines. You know the storylines from Disney actually came from Africa?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fine.
A lot of them. I
that's
forgot
a lot
about
of
the
them.
Lion King. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, they should just create other black cool characters.
Even
That's what they should.
true.
I mean even for One Piece fans, the I don't know, you don't really follow.
Nope.
You don't follow either. You know a little bit, right? One
Yeah.
Piece. Luffy's new transformation.
Yeah.
Apparently is based on a African deity.
With the white hair and stuff, the Gear 5 or 6 or something like that.
It's based like they
yeah?
take a lot of like. There's a lot of things that we watch and we have
Stories.
no fucking.
But no,
idea.
when it's like
yeah.
Japanese people doing it, I guess it's okay in a way. But when it's white people trying to do it to the mass, because manga and anime, not the whole world knows about it. Well, not saying that
Yeah,
people
yeah,
know,
I
but
understand.
like people know. There's
And,
a
even,
niche.
and when you look at their stuff, I remember when we were younger, they were saying, I heard a Japanese artist saying like, a lot of times their characters, when they put like a black person with yellow hair or whatever, because in their minds, they see that in the future,
Yeah.
everybody's going to be mixed.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I know we need to.
No, I
it's,
get
it's
it.
true. It's true.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, we need to go. But TBAN Judgement, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Guys,
Where can we find you?
tell people how they can find you.
Well, get me on Instagram, DJ.judgement ou DJ.jugement. However you want to say it.
Jugement, t'as dit.
Jugement. Et puis that's it.
Perfect. TBAN, what do
My
you want
band's
people to know?
page is Desire Carnival,
Okay.
and my personal page is That Guy TBAN. It's just a little bit more vulgar there, but it is what it is.
You've been warned.
That's what it is.
We're gonna tag y'all in it.
But yo, y'all didn't even mention he's the daggering king in Montreal, eh?
I've been proclaimed
The
as that, but-
daggering
Okay.
king in
Okay.
Montreal. Now, if y'all
but guys, it's just one episode.
Okay.
You guys are gonna
All
be
right.
welcome
Friends of
here
the show.
anytime.
Doors open anytime.
Yeah. We're trying to be the Joe Rogan of Montreal. So
Yes.
we're gonna have like the people we fuck with are gonna come back on the pod. We're gonna
Most
just
def,
gonna
most
shoot.
def.
It's your first time, so you need to introduce yourself
Shout
to
out
the
to
people.
LS
But
Creme at the
you
same
know.
time. Big
Thank you.
time.
Oh,
LS
thanks.
was
By the way,
very good.
guys, il reste 23 jours à la campagne. pour toutes les personnes qui n'ont pas été supportées encore, go support. So I'm having an
Support.
Indiegogo campaign. So gift boxes with LS, custom glasses, t-shirts, hoodies, jackets,
All that?
whatever you want. Whatever you want, whatever.
Jacket's fire.
The money that you're spending, you're buying directly the product from us, and you're helping us get to the legacy brands, get to the white man. I am not racist. I'm just talking
they should.
about
Why-
the
why-
legacy brands that are trying to fuck us over.
Yeah.
We need that war chest. So, of course, working on the behind the scenes, get that money. But if you guys can help us, go purchase on the Indiegogo. We'll ship you bottles. We'll ship you all the stuff that you chose. Indiegogo.com. Just type in LS Cream in the search.
Bop, bop.
You'll have your stuff. So shipping is included, and we ship everywhere.
Oh, you get the included
Once
shipping
again,
Yep,
LS
yep, yep.
Scream in the search engine for Indiegogo.
Perfect. So anyways, so guys, that's it.
We're good to go.
OK. Merci à tout le monde. Le podcast People We Out.
Peace.
Peace.